On May 16, 2167, demons laid siege to the final human stronghold. Humanity fell on this day. After the demons had taken everyone out, we see the injured body of the last human on a wall. The young man was breathing heavily. His body was covered with blood. This man is Si-chun. He is an SSS rank lightning assassin. Si-chun wore a necklace that had the sign of infinity. 7 years ago, several demon kings suddenly descended upon Earth. They led the demon forces and used them to annihilate humanity with an oppressive might. While Si-chun was breathing heavily, a demon king whose name is Lan Yu walked towards him. The demon king asked Si-chun if he is really humanity's last hope. He told him that his entire race is filled with nothing more than worthless trash. Lan Yu told Si-chun that it is now time for him to absorb every drop of his remaining life essence. As he spoke, his hand slowly widened and split apart. It was as if it had a mind of its own. The demon king raised his hand and asked Si-chun to become his food and transform into his strength. Immediately he did this. He began to drain Si-chun's energy. He took in his energy through his hand. Si-chun could barely move. He couldn't believe that the demons took away his little sister, his comrades, and his master. They took everyone he held dear. Si-chun grit his teeth out of anger. He decided to take the demons down with him for the sake of his people. He activated his ultimate skill. The skill is known as Terminus Light. His body released a ridiculous amount of golden lightning. His body looked like pure light. Lan Yu was shocked to see this. He noticed that he couldn't move. He didn't understand what was happening. Before his body could explode, Si-chun remembered his little sister, his master, and his mom and dad. He hoped to see all of them soon. As he slowly closed his eyes, Si-chun told himself that everything would have been different if he was just a little stronger. The moment he closed his eyes, his body exploded. Lan Yu couldn't accept what was happening. He told Si-chun that he is from an inferior race. He couldn't believe that our boy defeated him. As his energy slowly wiped out everything around him, Si-chun wondered about how things would have been different if he could go back in time before the monster dungeon was discovered. He wondered about what would have happened if he could have stopped the first demon king from appearing. He knew that he wouldn't have lost so easily if he could change these things. The moment he thought about this, his necklace shattered. The scene shifts, and we see a younger Si-chun open his eyes in a room. He was shocked to see that he wasn't dead. He looked around the room and wondered about where he was. When he looked outside the window, he saw several students chatting outside. Si-chun couldn't believe his eyes. He was certain that the world was already destroyed. He wondered about where these people came from. It took our boy a while to accept that this was real. He realized that he had returned 10 years to the past. He was back to his university days. While he was looking at a mirror, a status window appeared next to him. It informed him that the fusion of the power of gluttony is complete. After calming down, Si-chun looked at his phone to confirm the date again. He realized that he had 3 years before the first demon king appeared. 3 years from now, the first demon king, whose name is Wrath, will appear. He is the one who opened the gates of hell. Thanks to him, the rest of the demon kings began to appear in the human world one by one. This was the beginning of the end. It was the time where our boy began to lose everything. Now that he had returned, Si-chun planned to stop Wrath and prevent the gates of hell from opening. He was certain that this was his chance to change everything. He turned to his status window and wondered about what it meant. The words had been floating in front of him since he opened his eyes, but Si-chun didn't understand what they meant. When Si-chun tried to touch the status window, it changed and showed him another thing. Si-chun didn't really understand the words in front of him. They looked like video game stats to him. He wondered if the current stats are his own. The system told him that he is at level 1. His strength, stamina, and element are at 100 points. His speed, luck, and mental are also at 100 points. Si-chun had never seen something like this. In the past, he always fought using his awakened powers. In this world, people can awaken different powers that belong to different classes. They could be star mages, flame warriors, cloud chanters, flame mages, star shooters, lightning chanters, lightning assassins, flower warriors, and flower chanters. Only 1 in 10,000 people can awaken their powers. The school Si-chun is in currently only admits students with the potential to awaken. It is known as the National University for Awakened Powers. Unfortunately, Si-chun was never able to awaken while he was still attending the school in his previous life. For 4 whole years, he was at the very bottom of the school's food chain. Si-chun realized that this must be the reason why he woke up in a hospital room. While he was thinking, the system showed him another status window. It gave him a detailed explanation of his class. It showed him the strength, stamina, element, speed, and luck of his class. As a lightning assassin, Si-chun was able to use Godspeed and Electroblade. When he uses Godspeed, an electric current surges through his body and temporarily boosts his speed by tenfold. Electroblade allows him to condense electricity into a blade. He can inflict paralysis if he strikes an opponent's vital spot. Si-chun recalled that he was a lightning assassin in his past life. He could faintly sense a power flowing through him. He wondered if he inherited his powers from his last life. He couldn't believe that he awakened early in this life. He closed his eyes and released some energy from his hand. Before he could do anything else, someone knocked on his door and entered his room. The person turned out to be a young boy named Ma Long. The boy is an E-rank flower chanter. Ma Long was surprised to see that Si-chun was awake. He asked him if he is okay. Our boy turned to his status window and said that he is fine. He realized that other people can't see the screen. Ma Long carefully looked around his body. He was surprised to see that Si-chun's injuries were gone. He was certain that Si-chun was beaten to a pulp yesterday. He wondered about how our boy was able to recover faster than him who was awakened. Ma Long is Si-chun's college roommate. Even though he awakened while in school, he was still at the bottom of the school's ladder. In Si-chun's last life, the boy got murdered on the third day of the Demon King's rampage. Si-chun couldn't believe that his roommate was actually standing right in front of him. It wasn't until this moment that our boy felt like he had finally returned. Ma Long hit Si-chun's shoulders and said that tomorrow is the ranking test. He told our boy that they have to start preparing since he is already feeling better. He told him that this is very important for his graduation, even though he hasn't awakened. He pushed Si-chun out of the room. As they walked through the campus, our boy looked around. He said that it has been a long time since he saw so many living people. Ma Long was shocked to hear this. He didn't understand why his friend was spouting nonsense. He told him that they need to walk around the track. Si-chun ignored him and thought about how he already lost everything once. He knew that the same hopeless future will repeat itself if he doesn't do anything. He knew that he had to come up with a plan quickly and increase his rank as soon as possible. In this era, there is only one way for an awakened to rank up. They need to kill monsters in a dungeon. However, almost all dungeons are monopolized by major guilds. Anyone not in a guild has basically no chance of increasing their rank. Si-chun wondered about how his current stats compare to those of other awakened people and monsters. In order to differentiate the varying power levels, the government established a ranking system for awakened individuals and monsters. The ranks are in order of strength. S rank is the highest. The next is A rank. The next is B rank. After that, C rank is next. The next is D rank, and the last is E rank. Most students at school remain at E rank their entire lives. Only a select few talented students or those with guild connections rank up to D rank. Si-chun could roughly guess his current rank with his past experience. He wondered about the grade he will be given if he were to be evaluated. He knew that his grade will definitely be better than Ma Long's own. The moment he thought of this, a ball hit Ma Long in the head with a large amount of force. The boy fell to the ground. A young man with a buzz cut told Si-chun and Ma Long that they recovered quickly. Ma Long became scared when he saw the boy. He couldn't believe that they ran into him again. The huge student told his friend that he was correct when he said that Si-chun and Ma Long could take a beating. He asked the boys if they didn't know that he plays basketball there. He asked them about why they didn't bring 2 cases of drinks. Ma Long got up and apologized to him. He said that he will go buy the drinks right now. Si-chun asked his roommate about why he is apologizing. He told him that the other guys are the ones at fault. Our boy quickly remembered the idiot in front of him. Some of his old memories were coming back. He remembered how this guy and his friends would shove his head into a zinc after filling it with water. Ma Long begged them to stop. The huge guy turned to him and asked him to give him a reason why he should stop. He said that he is just helping Si-chun. He pushed our boy's head deeper into the water and said that he is giving him a little nudge because he hasn't awakened yet. The idiot and his friends laughed out loud. He only let Si-chun go after he passed out. The boys decided to leave because they were now bored. Ma Long ran to our boy and asked him if he is all right. Si-chun gathered his strength and asked his friend about why these guys won't just leave them alone. The huge guy stopped moving when he heard our boy talk. He turned to his friends and told them that they need to keep playing with Si-chun. Our boy knew that pure evil didn't just exist in the demon realm, it also existed in the human world. The huge guy was surprised to hear what Sichin said. Ma Long nervously asked his friend about what he is doing. The huge guy, whose name is Gong Chung, stood up and activated his ability. His friends also joined him. Gong Chung is an E-rank flower warrior. He hardened his arms. The only reason Gong Chung is able to bully the weak is because his older brother is the strongest student and also the student council president. Gong Cheng's power is actually quite mediocre. Everyone began to laugh when they realized that Gong Chung was about to beat Sichin up again. They recalled that Gong Chung beat the boys up and sent them to the hospital before. Someone said that one student is the weakest awakened person and the other person hasn't even awakened. He described the boys as the two most useless students in the school. Gong Chung moved close to our boy and asked him about what he just said. Sichin asked the idiot to leave them alone from now on. Gong Chung raised his hand and told our boy that he needs to be taught another lesson. He thrust his hand at Sichin. Our boy easily blocked his attack. The idiot got pushed back. The other students were shocked to see this. They couldn't believe that he blocked Sichin's attack. They were certain that Sichin hadn't awakened yet. Gong Chung was annoyed to see that a weakling like Sichin blocked his attack. He asked him if he seriously wants to challenge him. Sichin released his lightning and activated his class change. He said that this is the perfect time to test himself. He changed his class into Lightning Assassin and released more lightning from his hand. His strength went up to 200 and his speed went up to 300. Ma Long was shocked to see Sichin using lightning. He asked him about when he awakened. Sichin ignored him and asked Gong Chung to come at him. Gong Chung completely hardened his arms with a technique known as Immortal Demon Armor. He asked Sichin if he has forgotten the taste of his killer jab. He charged at our boy. Before he could reach him, Sichin appeared in front of him and gave him a punch in his face. The attack sent him flying. He slammed his body on the ground. The other students couldn't believe their eyes. They couldn't believe that he sent Gong Chung flying with one punch. Ma Long was also shocked to see what happened. The other students wondered if they were really looking at Sichin. Gong Chung slowly got up. He called our boy a bastard. He said that he landed a sneak attack on him. He turned to his guys and asked them about why they are just standing there. His friends were frozen in shock. They knew that they would die if they charged at Sichin. Gong Chung gathered his strength and charged at our boy. He told him that he will kill him. Sichin grabbed his wrist before he could touch him. He broke the idiot's wrist. The idiot screamed out in pain. Sichin clenched his fist and gathered his energy in it. He told Gong Chung that he is so weak. Immediately he said this. He landed several blows on Gong Chung. He ruined his body and sent him flying. Gong Chung slammed his back on a wall and lost consciousness. His friends quickly ran away. Ma Long fell to his knees. He wondered about when Sichin got this strong. Our boy turned to his status window. He could now come up with a few rough conclusions. The first was that he could switch to the Lightning Assassin class whenever he wanted. The second was that even though the system says that he is just at level 1, he is still strong enough to handle the lowest level Awakener. He already expected this. He knew that he was stronger than an E-rank Awakener, but his exact rank was still a mystery. There's still something else that bothered him. Although he defeated Gong Chung, his stats didn't change at all. Sichin created an electro blade in his hand. Everyone was shocked to see this. Ma Long asked our boy about what he is doing. Sichin moved close to Gong Chung and placed his blade at his neck. The boy became scared. Sichin wondered if he could gain experience the same way as before. Before Sichin could do anything, a girl stepped forward and reminded him that this is a school. She agreed that Gong Chung created this mess. She asked Sichin if he hasn't done enough. This girl is the vice president of the student council. Her name is Lingyu. With a smile on her face, Lingyu assured Sichin that Gong Chung won't try to mess with him and Ma Long again. Sichin decided to let him go. He wondered why a student council member was so eager to defend Gong Chung. He didn't plan on doing anything to him. He knew that if he didn't seriously intimidate a guy like this, he will keep bothering them in the future. As he walked forward, the other students cleared a path for him. None of them wanted to clash with him. Gong Cheng's friends watched our boy from the side. One of them said that Sichin looked scary as hell. He suggested that they don't mess with him again in the future. The boys wondered if Sichin and Ma Long were really the weakest student in the school. Lingyu couldn't believe that they were really the weakest losers in the school. The scene shifts, and we are taken to the male dormitory. We see Ma Long trying to convince his roommates that Sichin has awakened. He said that our boy is a super overpowered lightning assassin. He told the guys that Si Chen pinned Gong Chung to the ground and beat the crap out of him. He said that the other students won't even look them in the eye. An E-rank flame mage called Xiangzhua cleaned his ears and asked Ma Long about where Si Chen is now. Ma Long told him that our boy said that he was going for a run. Xiangzhua moved close to him and hit his head. He asked him about why Si Chen would bother working out if he is already so strong. He asked him if awakened individuals need to work out. He told the boy that he is not making sense. An E-rank flower chanter called Xiang Yu said that Ma Long must have really taken a beating to his head. Xiangzhua told Ma Long that there is a reason the four of them got assigned to the same dorm room. He told the boy that they all had the worst test scores in the entire grade. He gathered his energy in his hand and said that he is the top dog in the room since he is the fourth from the last. He told Ma Long that each person can only awaken one class in their lifetime. He reminded him that him and Xiang Yu are support chanters. He said that he is the only combat class in the room. He told Ma Long that this is a cold, hard, and unchangeable fact. He tried to flex his muscles and said that there is no way a pathetic loser like Si Chen could ever awaken as a lightning assassin. He said that he can feel himself getting stronger by the day. He told Ma Long that he might even have a shot at making it into one of the elite clubs. Xiang Yu told the boy that tomorrow is the final rank evaluation before their graduation exams. He said that everything will be clear when this happens. The scene shifts, and we are taken to an E-rank training den. We see some warriors standing outside the dungeon. A young man and the vice president of the student council stepped out of the dungeon together. The young man's clothes were covered in blood. This person is Gong Ting. He is the president of the student council. Gong Ting told the warriors that they have trained enough today. The men bowed their heads to him. When Gong Ting turned to the side, he saw his brother. He asked him if he is still waiting there. With a look of anger on his face, Gong Chung told his brother that he won't be able to sleep if he doesn't do something about this. He said that Si Chen must not have respect for him if he is willing to humiliate his brother in front of everyone. Gong Ting told him that he knows. He said that he will take care of things. The scene shifts, and we see Gong Ting eating with the vice president. Ling Yu asked him about how he is going to take care of things. Gong Ting told her that his brother was simply outmatched. He said that there is nothing more to it. He asked her if Si Chen is really as strong as his brother claims. Ling Yu said that she already knows that he is well aware of the ranks and abilities of everyone in the school. She said that there are fewer than 10 D-rank students in the school, and he has already recruited every single one of them. She told Gong Ting that ordinary students don't have the same opportunities to enter dungeons like him. She told him that the mediocre awakeners have no way of getting stronger. She assured him that no one in the school can keep up with him. The scene shifts, and we see Si Chen running under the rain. He was carrying 100 kilograms load, and he was running 20 kilometers. Basically, training is the key to building a solid physical foundation. An awakener's potential is directly linked to their physical strength. Only a powerful body can withstand and unleash the true limits of a class's power. However, even this training was nowhere near enough for Si Chen. In the year 2160, Wrath emerged from a monster dungeon and descended upon the world. He slaughtered countless humans. Si Chen's little sister, who is his only family, died at the hands of Wrath. Wrath was also responsible for opening the gates of hell and allowing the other demon kings to invade the human world. Due to this, our boy's first objective is to slay Wrath. Wrath was the catalyst for the end of the world, and Si Chen only had 3 years to grow stronger before his descent. He knew that the Demon King would be getting stronger even at this moment. Si Chen wanted to get stronger faster than Wrath. Immediately he thought of this. His phone rang. He saw that it was a call from Si Yun, his sister. Si Chen answered the call with his earpods. His little sister asked him about why he called her so many times today. She explained to him that she was at a competition today and her phone died. She told him that she just got back to the dorm and plugged her phone in. She revealed to her brother that they will finally be able to pay the back rent if she wins the competition. As Si Chen heard her speak, he thought about the countless times he wished that he could start over again in the ruined future. He wanted to start over again even if it would cost him everything. He was willing to descend into an endless hell to get this chance. Si Yun asked her brother if it is raining at his school. She asked him about why he isn't saying anything. Si Chen smiled and said that it is nothing. He told her that it has been so long since he heard her voice. Si Yun didn't understand what he was talking about. She reminded him that they just spoke the day before yesterday. She told him that they will see each other as soon as the competition is over. She asked him to just wait for the good news. After saying this, she ended the call. Si-chun decided to run 3 more laps. Now that everything had really started over again, Si-chun decided to grow stronger as fast as humanly possible in order to protect everything he holds dear. Later in the night, we see Si-chun enter the room after the boys have slept off. He quickly went to the shower. It has been 8 hours since he returned to this era. He was finally starting to adjust to this body. His physical starts were still low, but his body was much younger. After taking a bath, Si-chun decided to address his most pressing issue. He knew that he had to enter a dungeon if he wanted to level up. Unfortunately, the guilds have a monopoly on them. Unless an awakener is one of the elites, there is almost no chance of them growing stronger. Si-chun wondered about how he was going to be able to face any monsters. He recalled that the system showed him something about the power of gluttony. He wondered about what it was. As he thought about everything, our boy slowly closed his eyes. Immediately, he slept off. The system informed him that it was loading something. Once the load was complete, the gluttony system got activated. Si-chun got dropped into another place. Our boy opened his eyes while he was in the air. He quickly turned and landed in a pool of blood. When he raised his head up, he saw a very long tower in front of him. He wondered about where he was. He was certain that he was just sleeping. He wondered about what kind of tower he was looking at. While he was looking at the tower, some monsters rose out of the pool of blood. These monsters were gravehounds. They are E-rank monsters. Si-chun quickly changed his class. He found it odd that monsters were there. He wondered if he was inside a dungeon. Although he didn't understand what was going on, he decided to take care of the monsters first. He took a stance and created a blade with his energy. The monsters charged at him. Our boy easily cut off the head of the first monster that got close to him. The system instantly informed him that he has acquired 3 gravehound fangs. Si-chun easily cut through the monsters. Each time he took one of them down, he got 3 fangs. The E-rank monsters were no match for our boy even at his current strength. Everything felt so real to Si-chun. He was certain that this wasn't a dream. Immediately he thought of this. He acquired experience points and leveled up. Si-chun couldn't believe that he could actually acquire experience points in this place. Now that he was at level 2, he decided to take a look at his status window. He saw that all his stats increased by 5 points. Si-chun realized that he has actually found a dungeon that he can train in all by himself. The moment he thought of this, the Gravehound King, who is the boss of the monsters, appeared behind him. It was ready to bite our boy's head off. Si-chun realized that it was time for him to test his actual skills. He tore the Gravehound King apart with 2 blades. He instantly leveled up. He acquired 18 Gravehound fangs and 1 Gravehound crystal. Si-chun realized that bosses grant more experience points than mobs on the same level. He couldn't believe that he has already gained 2 levels in such a short time. Immediately he thought of this. He noticed that the word Devour appeared above the corpse of the Gravehound King. Si-chun was surprised to see this. He wondered about what it meant. He quickly realized that this was what the power of gluttony was for. He stretched out his hand. His hand released a bright light. The monster's body quickly turned liquid and went into Si-chun's hand. The system informed him that the devouring is complete. It showed him the stats of the Gravehound King. The Gravehound King possesses frosty immunity. This means that it is immune to cold and all resistance are increased in low-temperature environments. Si-chun couldn't believe that the monster he absorbed turned into a card. He never expected that he could actually devour his enemies after killing them and turn them into his own classes. He instantly realized something. He remembered how he devoured the monster. He knew that only one other person did something like this. This was Lan Yu. He couldn't believe that the power of gluttony that originally belonged to Lan Yu is now his own. The classes that people awaken with have various strengths and weakness, but the one rule that can never be changed is that everyone is limited to a single class. However, this rule has now been broken by Si-chun, who has 2 classes. Our boy wondered about what would happen if he devoured more monsters. He realized that he would have an endless number of classes. He wondered about why he was granted this power and what was inside the magic tower behind him. While he was looking at the tower, someone wearing a hood appeared on its stairs. The person was holding 2 swords. He called out to Si-chun and told him that he has been waiting for him for a long time. This person was not a boss-class monster. He was a Lord-class monster. In the next scene, we see Si-chun flying in the air. He landed on the ground and quickly tried to regain his balance. In this world, The government established a ranking system for both awakeners and monsters based on their combat power. The ranks go from lowest to highest. E rank is the lowest, the next is D rank, the next is C rank, then B rank. The A rank is the second highest, and the highest is the S rank. In Si-Chen's past life, he nearly died trying to reach S rank. However, our boy's current strength is barely at the D rank, unfortunately for him. The monster in front of him is an S rank boss. The level gap is too massive, this being outclassed Si-Chen in every single stat. Our boy wondered about what kind of dungeon this is. He didn't understand why an S-rank monster was outside. He was even more shocked that the monster knew his name. While he was thinking, the Lord appeared behind him and swung his sword at him. Si-Chen was able to sense the attack and block it, but it destroyed his blades and sent him flying. Since they had traded dozens of blows, Si-Chen knew that the monster had plenty chances to kill him, yet each one of his strikes avoided his vital spots. The Lord just kept knocking Si-Chen down effortlessly over and over again. As he watched our boy get up, the Lord asked Si-Chen if he is still struggling. Si-Chen realized that the Lord wanted him to submit to him. The Lord asked Si-Chen to think very carefully about the offer he is about to make him. He asked our boy if he is willing to stay there and guard the Tower of Darkness by his side. He told him that there won't be many opportunities like the one he is offering. Si-Chen glared at him and told him that there is no way he is staying in this hellhole. The moment he said this, the Lord landed a cut on his shoulder. Our boy was shocked to see this. The monster asked him if he really thinks that he won't kill him. He explained to Si-Chen that the only reason he has been patient with him is because he is the only one that has managed to reach this place. As he spoke, he absorbed the corpses of the gravehounds in the pool. His stamina began to increase. He raised the ground he stood on into the sky and raised countless rocks to the air with him. He told Si-Chen that he will ask him one last time. He asked him if he will stay there or be crushed into oblivion. Our boy released his energy and told the Lord that he chooses to kill him. He quickly charged at the Lord. The Lord fired the rocks at him. He told Si-Chen that he is foolish. Si-Chen was able to dodge the rocks and climb on them to reach the Lord. After his last exchange with the Lord, Si-Chen figured out his attack pattern. Before each swing, there is a 0.4 second wind-up. Our boy believed that he can use this window to read the angle of his wrist to predict his trajectory and dodge his attack. He was able to do this and jump behind the Lord. He quickly gathered his lightning in his hand and charged at the Lord from behind. Si-Chen observed that the Lord has a 0.2 second recovery window after he strikes. He believed that he will be able to hit the monster in his heart if he can time his attack well and hit him the second he is defenseless. Si-Chen pushed his electro blade into the Lord's heart. He knew that there was no way a D rank like him could kill an S rank. However, he believed that his paralysis skill should be able to hold the Lord down for a few seconds if he puts everything into the strike. After stabbing him, Si-Chen quickly turned around and activated his god speed. He was unable to use the ability before because the Lord was too fast, and he didn't have the chance to put any distance between them until now. Si-Chen knew that this was the best chance he could get. He was certain that he could escape with these few seconds. While he was trading blows with the Lord, Si-Chen looked around the area. He found only one light source in the area. He ran towards this light. Before Si-Chen could touch the light, it disappeared. Our boy couldn't believe his eyes. Before he could do anything, the Lord landed behind him. He revealed to Si-Chen that the light was merely an after-image he left behind. He told him that the exit he seeks does not exist. He said that this isn't a monster dungeon. Si-Chen was shocked to hear this. As his form slowly changed, the Lord told our boy that he never expected him to find a weakness in his technique so quickly. He found Si-Chen to be intriguing. Even under the crushing weight of despair, our boy still calmly analyzed the situation and risked his life to grab the slightest chance of survival. The Lord liked this fact. He told Si-Chen that he is truly the one who will bring hope. He revealed his true form. Flames poured out of his head, and he grew really long horns. The Lord turned out to be an S-rank star warrior known as the Abyssal Fiend. Si-Chen was shocked to see the monster's true form. He was certain that he had seen this form before on Demon King Lanyu. In his final fight against Lanyu, Si-Chen watched the Demon King change his form and class several times. He kept switching between multiple powerful classes. At some point, he was an ice dragon. At another time, he was a swamp monster. He also changed into a lightning monster. While he was trying to run away, Sichin saw Lan Yu take the form of a monster that was similar to the Abyssal Fiend. Sichin realized that the Abyssal Fiend must have also been absorbed by Lan Yu's power of gluttony at some point. Now that power was inside him, he now understood his situation. He nervously asked the Abyssal Fiend if this place is inside his body. The Abyssal Fiend was impressed when he heard this. He observed that Si-chun was not only incredible under pressure, but he also possessed a sharp mind. He told him that he has proven himself worthy of everything there. Our boy was surprised to hear this. The Abyssal Fiend took out a key known as the Time Rift Key. It is an SSS rank item. It is the only key capable of unlocking the gates of the Tower of Darkness. He put his sword down and informed Si-chun that Lan Yu has devoured countless vicious demons. The most powerful among these demons have all been sealed in this tower. The Abyssal Fiend asked Si-chun to devour the demons and grow stronger. He asked him to allow them become his strength. He gave Si-chun the Time Rift Key. The system quickly informed him that he has obtained the Time Rift Key. Si-chun was surprised to see that the Abyssal Fiend gave him the key. He asked him about why he is doing all this. He didn't understand why the monster would bother helping him. The Abyssal Fiend explained to Si-chun that there are distinctions in morality even among demons. He revealed to Si-chun that the Demon Kings slaughtered his entire clan for their own greed. He said that he has been waiting all this time for a chance to take his revenge on them. He told Si-chun that he is fortunate that the chance actually came. He said that a certain guy was right. He told our boy that he is truly the only one who has a chance at succeeding. Si-chun asked him about which guy he is referring to. The Abyssal Fiend told him that all the answers lay in the Tower of Darkness. He asked Si-chun to go in and seek the answers for himself. He asked him to take his powers now and seek vengeance against the Demon Kings. Si-chun was shocked to hear what the Abyssal Fiend said. He asked him if he is serious. The Abyssal Fiend released more fire and told Si-chun that he must become unstoppable from now on. He asked him to open the gates of the Tower of Darkness and devour everything within. While yelling at the top of his voice, the Abyssal Fiend informed Si-chun that the demons inside the tower will not show him the same mercy that he did. He said that they are the most cunning and ferocious demons to exist. He told our boy that he must endure everything and conquer all the demons. He told him that he must stand at the pinnacle of the world alone and become strong enough to devour every single Demon King. As his body burned away, the Abyssal Fiend said that only someone who will reach the pinnacle is worthy of possessing his powers. His body turned to energy and went into Si-chun's hand. Our boy immediately went up to level 10. He obtained the Abyssal Fiend's 2 swords, which are known as Fiendish Netherbones. Si-chun told the Abyssal Fiend that he will carry his will with him and make the Demon Kings pay with their blood. He used the system to look at the card of the Abyssal Fiend. The Abyssal Fiend possessed 2 skills known as Mass Skeletal Void and Triple Calamity. The Mass Skeletal Bond allows the user to absorb stamina and strength from nearby corpses and temporarily add it to their own. The Triple Calamity allows the user to manipulate gravity in order to attack his enemies in 3 stages. The stages are the Light, Heavy, and Overload stage. In the next scene, we see our boy open his eyes after hearing someone call out to him. Si-chun quickly raised his head up. It was already morning. Xiangyu asked Si-chun to get a move on. He reminded him that they have to wear their uniforms today. Si-chun was surprised to see that he was back to his dorm room. He took a look at his body. He saw that his wounds were completely healed. He wondered if everything that happened was just a dream. When he opened his status window, he saw that he was truly at level 10 and he had 2 other classes with him. He became convinced that everything really happened. He couldn't believe that he got to level 10 in one night. He wondered about the rank he was currently at. Xiangzhua moved close to him while he was thinking. He told him that a certain someone was bragging about how strong he had become last night. He asked our boy if he is trying to come for his spot as the top dog in the dorm. Ma Long nervously looked at him. The boy told Si-chun that the rank evaluation is about to begin. He said that he wants to see how good he really is. On their way to get their assessment, Xiangzhua reminded the boys that they are not at the same level even if they are at the same rank. He told them that they are a bunch of low-tier E ranks, and he is a mid-tier E ranker. After the mid-tier, the next is the high-tier. Xiangzhua said that there is a huge power gap between each tier. He told the boys that he can take 10 of them. He said that he hasn't tested himself in 2 years. He told his roommates that his rank might have gone up again. Ma Long moved close to our boy and advised him to go all out when it is his turn. He asked him to try to get a D rank. He said that it will scare the crap out of Xiangzhua. When they arrived at the center, the boys saw that everyone was already there. Immediately they got there, Gongqing's minions also arrived. One of them pushed someone out of the way. Xiangzhua noticed that Gongqing's minions were also there. He suggested that they avoid the boys. Unfortunately for him, the boys saw him and his roommates. Xiangzhua became scared. He couldn't believe that the boys were looking at them. The boys quickly noticed that Si Chan was behind his roommates. They were horrified to see our boy. They quickly bowed their heads to him and referred to him as Sir. Xiangzhua couldn't believe that these delinquents were actually being polite to Si Chun. He realized that Ma Long was actually telling the truth. Si Chun ignored the boys and walked forward. Before he could get far, someone walked up to him. He said that he heard that Gong Chung fought with someone yesterday. This boy's name is Chang Di. He is a student council officer. Chang Di asked Si Chun if he knows that Gong Chung is the younger brother of the student council president. Si Chun's roommates were shocked to see Chang Di. They knew that he was Gong Ting's lapdog and a D-rank student. Xiangzhua wondered about what Chang Di wanted with Si Chun. Chang Di moved close to Si Chun and told him that he has an excellent sense of smell. He told him that he can always detect the scent of a real powerhouse. With a smile on his face, Chang Di told our boy that all he can smell from him is the scent of a loser who will never amount to anything. Si Chun asked the idiot if he is a dog. Chang Di was annoyed to hear this. He asked our boy to repeat himself. Before he could do anything, someone asked him to stop. The person turned out to be Gong Ting. The council president revealed to Chang Di that he has thoroughly investigated the incident and determined that Gong Chung was the one at fault. He said that his brother suffered the consequences of his actions. Chang Di accepted the president's order. Gong Ting carefully looked at Si Chun. Our boy also stared at him. While they were looking at each other, a man standing next to a portal asked everyone for their attention. He informed them that the assessment is about to begin. He explained to the students that they will come up for the assessment in the order of their ID numbers. He asked them to come to the stage in an orderly manner when they hear their names. Gong Ting turned around and told Chang Di that they need to prepare for the assessment. The idiot ran to the president with a smile on his face. As he walked away, Gong Ting thought about how our boy was not a threat to him. While the students were arranging themselves, we see a young woman looking at them from above. A man standing next to her asked her about why she came to observe the rank assessment. He asked her if someone interesting caught her eye. The woman turned out to be the vice president. Ling Yu smiled and said that today's assessment might be a little interesting. An hour later, Xiangzhua was called to the stage for his assessment. Ma Long cheered for him as he went to the stage. Xiangzhua was excited to see how strong he had become. He entered the portal in front of him. He found himself in another world. There was a small monster in front of him. The monster had several wires sticking out of it. Rank assessments are conducted within a specially designed monster dungeon. Inside this artificial monster dungeon, there is a magical core that is capable of absorbing energy. The Awakener must unleash their full energy towards the magical core. The magical core then transmits the readings through the cables to the external equipment. Xiangzhua gathered his energy in his hands and fired it at the magical core. Immediately he did this. The energy readings were digitally displayed on the screen outside. Xiangzhua was at the mid-tier E rank. The scientists on the stage recorded his current rank. An old scientist said that the rest of the data isn't out yet. Ma Long eagerly stared at the monitor. He said that the main event is about to show. Besides the current ranking, the assessment can measure another piece of data. It can measure the student's potential. Potential refers to the highest rank that an Awakener can achieve in the future. Awakeners with high potential are more likely to receive attention from the government. Xiangzhua's potential was C rank. The boy came out of the dungeon disappointed. He couldn't believe that his rank didn't improve at all in the last 2 years. He was hoping that he was at D rank. When he sat down, Ma Long patted him on his back and told him that their results will be even much worse. He reminded him that he is not the only one who won't get D rank. Ma Long and Xiang Yu were low-tier E ranks. Their potential was C rank. Ma Long told Xiangzhua that there aren't many D ranks in their school. He told him that there probably won't be any new D ranks this year. The moment he said this, it was announced that someone rose up to low-tier D rank, and her potential was B rank. Ma Long and Xiangzhua were shocked to hear this. The girl ran out of the dungeon with a smile on her face. She got the first D rank promotion of the day. Sometime later, Chang Di came out of the dungeon with a smile on his face. He got a low-tier D rank. His max potential was A rank. Xiangzhua began to bang his head on the wall when he heard this. Ma Long couldn't believe that this was the 8th D-rank promotion of the day. A bald scientist said that he can't believe that there are so many talented D-ranks this year. Even though they were low tier, the man still found it impressive that students with no combat experience got promoted to D-rank. The old scientist next to him agreed with him. He said that only 2 or 3 students normally get promoted to D-rank each year. He said that if things continue at this rate, this year's ranking assessment will be quite a show. After saying this, the man called for the next student. The next student turned out to be Gong Ting. The students all nervously looked at Gong Ting. They saw him as the heir to the Imperial Guild and the Student Council president. They believed that he was the chosen one with countless titles under his belt. Someone whispered that Gong Ting got a D rank on his ranking assessment 2 years ago. Another person said that the highest promotion they have ever seen in their school's history is the mid-tier D rank. He wondered about what Gong Ting will get. When Gong Ting stepped into the dungeon, the magical core that had its eye closed gently opened it. Gong Ting carefully raised his hand. He believed that he will only be able to leave the greatest impression when he reveals his full strength at the graduation combat examination. He decided to hold back some of his powers. He was certain that he would still be the strongest in the school, even if he didn't show his full power. His eyes gently shined as he used his power. The monitor displayed that he was a high-tier D rank. His potential was S rank. The students began to scream when they saw this. Chang Di joined them in screaming. He said that Gong Ting is the first person to do this in the school's history. He told everyone that this is his president. Ma Long couldn't believe that someone from their school actually had an S-rank potential. He said that they just witnessed history. Xiangzhua hugged Xiangyu when he saw Gong Ting's potential. He was so jealous. The scientists quickly moved close to one another. The bald one said that he has confirmed Gong Ting's results. He asked his comrades if he should share this information with the higher-ups. The old man told him that he should. He said that an awakener with an S-rank potential is internationally recognized as a rare treasure. He told his teammates that people like Gong Ting are guaranteed to receive special attention and be protected by the government. He said that this news will definitely make national headlines because Gong Ting is the heir to the Imperial Guild. While he was talking, the students were cheering for Gong Ting. The man next to Ling Yu said that they have uncovered an incredible amount of talent this year. He asked her if she already knew that Gong Ting had an S-rank potential. He believed that this was the reason why she came to watch the assessment. The man turned out to be the headmaster of the National Awakened University. His name is Yuan Long. Ling Yu told the man that she didn't just come there for Gong Ting. She said that she is more interested in another person's result. Immediately she said this, Si Chun was asked to come up for his rank assessment. Chang Di turned to him and advised him to make his dorm look good. While laughing like an idiot, he told Si Chun that things will be bad for them if he comes out with another low-tier rank. He told him that their room will be filled with E-rank losers. He said that they will become the biggest laughingstocks in the school. Chang Di told the boys that a group of losers like them will end up humiliating themselves at the graduation combat examination. The boys couldn't say anything. They knew that he was right. Ma Long put himself together and asked Chang Di to wait and see. He told him that Si Chin will make him eat his words. Xiang Yu watched our boy enter the dungeon. He wondered if he could really show them something amazing. The moment Si Chin got close to it, the magical core widened its eye. It seemed to be shocked to see our boy. At this point in time, the best way for an awakener to secure a good future is to join a high-ranking guild. For most people, the only chance they get to show their strength to the high-ranking guilds is at the graduation combat examination. The graduation combat examination is comprised of 10-member teams. Students are free to choose their own teammates. The team that ultimately takes first place will have all its members directly recruited by the nation's most prestigious guild. This guild is the Imperial Guild. The ranking assessment aren't just for helping awakeners determine their own ranks. It serves an even more important purpose. It allows the students to know which teammates to scout for the examination. While Si Chun was inside the dungeon, Chang Di introduced a boy called Yin Lin to Gong Ting. He told him that the boy is a low-tier D rank. He said that their 10-person team is now complete. He told Gong Ting that all 9 of the freshly promoted D rank students are on their team. He told him that the team will truly be complete once they add Gong Chung to it. He assured Gong Ting that they will get first place on the exam. The ranking assessment allows for students to create the strongest team and the weakest team. The strong stick together, while the weak are ostracized and eventually eliminated. This is the natural law of survival. Ma Long carefully looked at the monitor. He noticed that no changes have occurred since our boy entered. The other students slowly walked away. They said that our boy might have been too weak to register a rank. One student said that the assessment is pretty much done. Chang Di told Gong Ting that they don't need to wait since the rest of the students are trash. He told him that they need to find a place for karaoke since their team is already full. Gong Ting agreed with his suggestion. He asked him to gather the team. Immediately he said this. The monitor displayed our boy's current rank. It said that Si Chun is a high-tier D rank. The students all froze in shock when they saw this. Ma Long pointed at the monitor and screamed. He asked everyone to check it out. He reminded them that he said that our boy is strong. Chang Di was shocked to see Si Chen's rank. The magical core nervously looked at our boy and informed him that it has detected an abnormality. It said that the assessment results may be inaccurate. It asked Si Chun to reconduct the test. Si Chun only tested his regular body. He had not changed classes. He realized that level 10 is the equivalent of a high-tier D rank. He decided to test his current weakest class. He changed his class to the Gravehound King. His appearance slightly changed. When Si Chun touched the magical core, his rank got raised to mid-tier C rank. Ma Long and the other students were shocked to see that our boy's rank went up. Even Gong Ting couldn't believe his eyes. Chang Di said that the magical core must be malfunctioning. The old scientist became nervous when he saw the rank change. He wondered if there was an internal system error. The magical core told Si Chun that it detects an abnormality. It asked him to take the test again. It began to shake when it said this. It seemed to be terribly scared. Si Chun realized that his other two classes are above C rank. He decided to change his class to the Abyssal Fiend. He grew a horn and longer nails. He had some tattoos on his hand. Si Chun wanted to test the full extent of his powers. The magical core was horrified to see our boy's form. Outside the dungeon, dark clouds began to gather in the sky. It was as if a storm was about to descend. The students didn't understand what was happening. Xiang Yu put his hand together and called it a divine phenomenon. He said that today will go down in history. He told his roommates that their dorm has created an earth-shattering monster. The monitor showed that Si Chun had an S-rank potential. The old scientist couldn't believe that someone possessed another S-rank potential in this school. Gong Ting was also surprised to see the rank. The monitor began to glitch. The system informed everyone that it is experiencing an error. The S rank on the monitor changed to SSS rank. The system said that the potential rank value cannot be determined. It said that Si Chun has exceeded the maximum system bounds. Chang Di screamed when he saw our boy's rank. The moment he did this, the monitor shattered. The scientists quickly ran towards the dungeon. They believed that the magical core was overloading. The old man said that they need to make sure that Si Chun is okay. When they got inside, they saw our boy standing. They asked him if he is all right. The old man noticed that our boy was looking down. When he looked down, he saw the magical core on the ground. Its body had completely shriveled up. The old man didn't expect the magical core to die. His comrade asked him if they used the core for too long today. As he walked towards the exit, Si Chun realized that he pushed the magical core too far and made it rupture. Fortunately, he got something good out of it. He devoured the monster. The delicate magical core is a rank A monster. It allows Si Chun to detect the ranks of all objects within a 100-meter radius. If Si Chun detects a threat within his range, a warning alarm is produced. Our boy didn't expect the power of gluttony to actually devour the magical core. The moment he got outside, he activated the ability of the delicate magical core. His eyes released a green glow. Si Chun looked at the students in front of him. He saw their ranks displayed above their heads. He found this ability to be pretty convenient. While he was looking at the students, he noticed something odd. He saw that Gong Ting was actually a high-tier C rank. He didn't expect Gong Ting to also be hiding his strength. Even though he discovered his true rank, Si Chun still found him to be pretty average. While he was looking at the students, the scientist came out of the dungeon with the magical core. The old man informed the students that the magical core suffered from excessive strain and has tragically passed away. He said that today's assessment will be temporarily suspended. He said that our boy's ranking assessment data might have been corrupted. He told everyone that they will report the case to their superiors. He asked the remaining students who have not been tested to return tomorrow. He assured them that they will have a replacement facility ready by then. Si Chen's roommates quickly ran to him when they saw him coming down the stairs. Ma Long told our boy that the data doesn't lie. He told him that he is a freaking genius. Xiangyu massaged our boy's shoulders and referred to him as Great One. He asked him about what he wants to eat today. Si-chun suggested that they first return to their dorm. Changdi walked up to Si-chun and told him that the data must be corrupted. He told him that it is impossible for trash like him to have C rank and an S rank potential. He said that the testing machine definitely malfunctioned. The idiot asked Si-chun if he is just going to leave after messing up the magical core. He asked him if he has no sense of responsibility. He told Si-chun that the rest of the student council members have to wait till tomorrow to be assessed because of him. He asked him to tell him how he plans on paying them back for wasting their time. Si-chun released some lightning when he heard this. He found it annoying that this idiot wouldn't shut up. He wondered if he should just get rid of him. Before he could do anything, Gong Ting asked him to stop. He told him that he shouldn't be rude to their teammate. Changdi was shocked to hear his president call Si-chun their teammate. Gong Ting stretched out his hand and asked our boy to join his team. He told him that they can participate in the graduation combat examination together. He assured Si-chun that they will earn the highest score in history if they are together. Si-chun's roommates couldn't believe that Gong Ting was personally inviting Si-chun to his team. Changdi didn't like this. He knew that he would have to kick someone out if Si-chun joins the team. He wondered about how he was going to explain this to the other guys. Being on Gong Ting's team is equal to getting first place in the exam. So many people couldn't get into the team. Some even tried to bribe their way in. Changdi wondered about why Gong Ting wanted our boy to be part of his team. He didn't understand this decision. Although he didn't understand the decision, he knew that he could no longer be rude to Si-chun since his president personally invited him to the team. He placed his hand on Si-chun's shoulder and forcefully smiled. He welcomed him to the team. Si-chun pushed his hand aside and told Gong Ting that he is not interested. Changdi and Gong Ting were shocked to hear this. Changdi asked our boy if he understands what he is saying. He told him that their team is the strongest in the school. Si-chun told him that he doesn't care. He glared at the idiot and told him that he is too loud. He asked him not to bother him ever again. Changdi was annoyed to hear this. He watched Si-chun walk away. The other students couldn't believe that Si-chun rejected Gong Ting's offer. They believed that Si-chun must also be aiming for first place. Someone said that our boy is capable since he got a C rank in his assessment. The students liked what they were looking at. Ma Long and Xiangzhua laughed as they walked behind Si-chun. Ma Long said that the council president and Changdi must be so embarrassed. He reminded Xiangzhua that Changdi was acting cocky in front of them. Xiangzhua smiled and said that Si-chun is brave. Gong Ting said that this is not a problem. He said that our boy must have his own plans. Yuan Long and Ling Yu watched Si-chun and his friends walk away from Gong Ting. Yuan Long sighed and said that the two boys didn't team up. He said that he was looking forward to a new school record being set this year. Ling Yu told him that this actually makes things more interesting. She reminded the headmaster that Gong Ting was born with a silver spoon. She told him that rejection for Gong Ting is basically a declaration of war. She said that the president isn't a pushover. As she spoke, Gong Ting glared at Si-chun. With a look of anger on his face, Changdi said that Si-chun stole the spotlight because of a system error. He said that our boy must really believe that he is a C rank. With a serious look on his face, Gong Ting asked Changdi if he has considered that the assessment wasn't wrong. He said that he will not let anyone take first place from him even if there is a 1 in 100 million chance of it happening. Changdi reminded Gong Ting that our boy is a regular student with no real fighting experience. He told him that they are elites who have been secretly training in dungeons with him. He asked Gong Ting if he can go teach our boy a lesson. Gong Ting asked him if he seems like a petty person to him. Changdi became nervous when he heard this. He told him that he didn't mean it like that. Gong Ting walked past him and told him that he is no longer in the mood for karaoke. He asked him to go out with the rest of the team. With a serious look on his face, he told Changdi that whatever he ends up doing has nothing to do with him. Changdi instantly understood what Gong Ting was talking about. He smiled and told him that it has nothing to do with him. 10 minutes later, we see Changdi meeting with Gong Cheng's friend. The boy informed him that Si-chun isn't in school. He revealed to Changdi that he overheard our boy say that he was going home for a bit. He said that Si-chun even left without eating. Changdi said that God is on his side. He told the boy that anything goes off campus. In the next scene, we see Si-chun in normal clothes in the streets. He remembered how an incident occurred when one of the top guilds was raiding a monster dungeon in the Holy Land in his past life. Inside the dungeon, The guild ran into a monster stronger than anything they had ever encountered before. This monster was Wrath. The guild got wiped out. Afterwards, Wrath emerged from the dungeon and descended upon the human world. This was all the information that Sichin currently had on Wrath. In order to figure out the exact location of the monster dungeon where Wrath appears as soon as possible, Sichin came up with a plan. However, in order to start this plan, he needs a lot of money. Sichin decided to go to the Mithril Monster Exchange. He knew that the Mithril Guild will later become the nation's largest resource exchange facilitator in the future. The weapons and gears that an Awakener uses are a crucial factor in determining their strength. The Monster Exchange is an important middleman for buying and selling equipment. It is also currently the fastest way for Sichin to get money. When our boy entered the store, he saw several weapons inside. He went to the counter and presented the Gravehound fangs to the attendants there. A man there carefully looked at the Fang and asked him about how he was able to get his hands on them when he is just a student. Sichin said that a monster dropped them. The man told him that he has never heard of this happening. A pink-haired woman next to him said that this must have been dropped by E-rank cloud monsters called Gravehounds. She said that the fangs can be smelted into an E-rank cloud staff or be grounded into powder. The man wasn't really interested in hearing her opinion. He threw the Fang in his hand down and told the woman that he gets it. He asked her if an E-rank monster can really drop anything valuable. He turned away and fixed his tie. He said that their exchange operates on a VIP system. He said that their clients are distinguished and influential Awakeners. He told his colleague that he couldn't recognize the E-rank item because he only handles premium items that are D-rank and above. The man carefully looked at our boy. He recalled that their exchange hasn't gotten many high-end customers lately. He believed that he will never get promoted to a supervisor if things continue like this. The man didn't like the fact that he kept getting brats like Sichin who bring junk items. He decided to pass Sichin off to the newbie. He asked the woman known as Miss Lee to handle the rest of Sichin's order. He told her that he is counting on her. He asked her to do a good job. The woman bowed her head and accepted his request. She presented Sichin's money to him and asked him to keep it safe. She asked him if there is anything else she can help him with. Sichin earned 18,000. This was enough to cover his rent. He took out one of the fiendish nether bones and asked the woman if she can appraise it for him. The woman was surprised to see the cool greatsword. She said that she has never seen anything like this before. She told Sichin that she is certain that it is at least a B-rank item. She said that it might even be an A-rank item. Her superior came close to her when he heard this. He said that A-rank weapons are currently hitting the market for 1 million. He said that he has been in this job for years, and he has never encountered a single A-rank weapon. A man with green hair told the man that he is correct. He said that the weapon is not an A-rank or a B-rank item. The man and Miss Lee were shocked to see the green-haired man. The man bowed his head to his boss and told him that he has sharp eyes. He said that it is impossible for a broke student to bring something so valuable. The boss said that the item clearly comes from the Abyssal Lands. He revealed to his subordinates that it is an S-rank weapon. The attendant screamed when he heard this. The green-haired man quickly grabbed Sichin's hand and told him that they are honored to be graced with his patronage. He asked Sichin to follow him to his seat in the VIP lounge. He asked him to let him know if he needs anything at all. Miss Lee carried the sword and followed them from behind. Sichin gently smiled when he saw the man. He seemed to be the person he was looking for. This man is Qing Ji. He is the Mithril Guild leader. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.